Hello, you're watching Critique Quest Adventures, where I travel off the beaten path to find the games floating around out there in the wild and bring back my favourites to share. Today's discovery, the lovely Island of Oob in Glumberland's life simulator, Ooblets. Okay, so maybe this game is less of a discovery than most. It exists somewhere within the realm of slightly better known indie games, alongside say Fogs or Nog, which sound very similar but aren't at all the same. Ooblets is a delightful debut from Glumberland, and much like the sugary chocolate box houses dotted about the world, it's also highly addictive. If you know anything at all about this game, you've likely heard lots of comparisons, because Ooblets really is like a zany amalgamation of titles like Stardew Valley, Ni no Kuni and Pokemon. But while it may bring to mind those games, Ooblets has a very unique identity, all its own. Sure, it utilises pocket-sized monsters which follow you around the game world, and similarly level up through battle. However, Ooblets challenge each other on the dance floor, through very colourful dance-offs. Players use cards, shuffled randomly into a hand, and have a limited number of beats to bust a move, like earn or steal points, gain hype, and stun your opponents. Now, whichever dance team earns the most points by the final round, wins. If, like me, you can't dance at all and think card battles must be an easy alternative, think again. Randomised attacks range in usefulness, and some opposing Ooblets have the kinds of special moves that can render a deck practically useless. Every Ooblet has a special set of moves they uniquely learn upon levelling up. Defeat your opponent and you have the choice whether or not to get an Ooblet seed. And plant your very own Isopod in your garden. If that wasn't enough reason to battle every Ooblet you come across, there are also different varieties and colour variations that pop up about town, including Gleamies, the equivalent of shiny Pokemon, and my personal favourites. See, my Feeble looks like a glittery ice cream. You can even scan these at the Learnery for money, and little figurines to place in the town hall display cabinets. And when you start the game, you have the chance to choose your character and main Ooblet along with a corresponding club, which you join automatically. Each club has a leader to befriend too, though there are many other clubhouses to fix up and leaders to help throughout your journey, through which you'll earn club tokens. These mean shopping for items in their stores. I bought a beanie for my Ooblet at the Moss Sprouts clubhouse because, well, you can see for yourself how ridiculously adorable it is. You can also change the name of your Ooblets if you aren't happy with the defaults. As with my bots in Duskers, I've named them all after the Marx Brothers, until I ran out and opted for similar sounding words. Now, when you aren't customising your little friends or turning them into comedy acts, and in the event you've amassed a metric ton of them, and you will, you can send them home and assign them tasks, like operating the Crunchster to grind your muzz into flour or sweet beeties into fructose, a sweetener for recipes. Build and expand coops, and you can literally create a little empire of farming Ooblets. Seriously, this is where I started, and this is where I wound up, in a matter of hours. It only got more impressive. Ultimately, this is what the core of Ooblets is all about, which obviously explains the title, but the game is classed as a life sim too. So, when you aren't battling and collecting Ooblets, you'll be focusing a lot on time and task management, whether it be aforementioned farming, home decorating, social interactions, even recycling, as well as juggling side and main quests. Once the friendship sticker printer is fixed, as an example, social interactions level friendships over time, giving you relationship points with each Oob Islander. These reward you with stickers and wishies, points to unlock wish items such as gummies, currency, blueprints for larger items, and more. Fix Gimbal's hot air balloon in another example, and a new area on the map opens up. That means new types of Ooblets and resources to find, dances to dance, and you get the idea. Each area will also contain an Oobnet tower, this game's version of the internet, which will eventually bring the game world online. What that means for the game at large, we don't know quite yet. At the moment, the game is still in early access, and so levels beyond Mamunia are currently locked off. After instantly falling in love with Mamunia's Ooblets though, and that candy floss level design, I'm really excited to see what other locations will look like. Until then, there are plenty of things to do, though you must take energy and time into account when managing said activities. You'll notice your character has an energy bar that slowly depletes when you complete an activity. Certain actions carry different energy costs. Go to sleep at the end of your day, and the game accrues all the experience gained, leveling you up and unlocking new quests. Most of these require resources to collect or farm for deposit boxes. Others involve battles that clear out areas of interest of any renegade Ooblets. And I realise I've spent a lot of time covering the nuts and bolts of this game. but there's so much going on. It frankly boggles the mind how two people, yes, Glumberland are a team of two, were able to pack Ooblets full to bursting with fun things to busy yourself with. I've already spent a shocking amount of hours just pottering about to the game's bouncy ambience. I couldn't help but simply enjoy my time with it. It's hard not to. Gameplay is wrapped up in a place that looks so inviting and full of personality, you don't really want to leave. The day-night cycle is never so long that you find yourself stuck for things to do. Little tasks build to big gains, turning all forms of collecting into a compulsion. Customization options aren't just relegated to the start of the game, making Oob feel like your own little playground. And Ooblets are more than just cute companions to fuss over, but add a unique sense of fun to gameplay. Of course, the game is still in early access, as I said, so bugs and such are still being ironed out by the developers. You could report these in their Discord, which I've added to the official links below. I came across a few myself during my time with the game, most of which were more adorable than game-breaking, though the frame rate struggled a little in spots. That said, it's the kind of game you either take the plunge and begin enjoying now, or wait a little while for it to settle into its new shoes. I would liken the game to an Ooblet in that way, but I'm not sure they wear them as a rule. The same can't be said for glasses and other weird accessories, although settling into a new monocle doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Or perhaps it does. Ooblets, despite its genre trappings, is the kind of game that does whatever it wants, and it's a good thing too. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Feel free to leave your thoughts on Ooblets in the comments section below. And without the people you see on screen right now, this video would not have been made possible. So I would like to say a massive thank you to those of you who are generously supporting me over on Patreon. I'd like to make a special mention of Bryson Brody, Christopher Cotton, Day Yang, Domar, Gabriel Sales, Jacob White, Jessica Costello, Marlon, Michael Rivera, and Wraith. Thank you so much for the invaluable support and encouragement. And with that, I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you again soon in my next video.